from other African countries. And if I'm not mistaken, Nigeria is about the only one where we have our young people come to join us. So we are very fortunate. Now, I'm going to start off, it's very hard for a Nigerian to ask questions without making a comment. So I'm going to make some comment, and I'm going to ask you my question after. And my comment goes with the saying that children live what they see. Children live what they see. Now, when I think about Nigeria, I'm very happy to be here, and I'm a very, very proud Nigerian. But my biggest frustration is the fact that Nigeria is not a poor country. We have money, but for some reason, we are not taking advantage of the money. When you read magazines about countries like Indonesia or Singapore,
and us, shots for Nicholas.
Nickelbanger.
Okay. The thing is that one thing, I've been in this society for long, and I've made a lot of observations. I noticed that the bedrock of the Western society is simply basic law enforcement. I repeat, law enforcement. So, bearing that in mind, the first thing I ask is, what are we doing about policing in Nigeria in terms of optimization of the structure? Two, our police are poorly equipped because it is through them that society functions. If they are not well remunerated, you know what's happening all over the place. So the question I have is this. Is the government of Nigeria, because Yar'Adua himself just accepted recently that the basis of all because corruption is not our problem. Corruption is a symptom. The basic problem making us the way we are today is because we cannot enforce our laws. The laws are in the books. So my question now is this. What are we doing to make sure that our personnel in the police force are able to do their job? Because it is through them. Because I cannot go through a red light here on my bike. I ride a bicycle. I go through a red light here, I get a ticket. And via that ticket, I'm reminded, oh, you don't mess with the law. There's something in Texas that says, don't mess with Texas. I'll give another example from high up. There's a Moroni Schreiber up here recently going. I don't know if you guys are following this. Okay. Before I leave, because my whole beef is with the way my dad was a police officer. My whole beef with the thing is with the way the police force is it's being utilized in the country. Okay. So the thing now is there have to be a decentralization in the police. Okay. With Moroni Schreiber, just to give you an example.
Of Carleton University, I studied psychology, so I'll be approaching things from the more humanitarian aspect of we talk about Nigeria being such a great nation. We talk about the vast amount of resources we're blessed with. We talk about Nigeria being rich with oil, but our greatest resource is our human resources. Yes. What is being done to sustain our most valuable resource? I suggest we invest in welfare of our citizens by creating more functioning social services that cater to the need of our people. What are children, the so-called future tomorrow or future of Nigeria, what do they do after school? Do they have social services that engage them in more productive activities? Because we're investing in a mentality, we're investing in how they think. That is what results into the problems everybody has talked about. How does an average Nigerian think? I don't want to say it's too late for this current generation, but there's anticipated problems coming because we've not addressed the roots of the problem. Many children after school hang around the neighborhood, they're hawking. We don't know what they're doing. We don't know if it's the Western ideologies of TV raising our kids up. We don't know anything about how children think. We don't know about social services that address women that have suffered domestic violence. There are no social services to address drug addictions, which many Nigerians are suffering from. There are no social services to address post-traumatic stress disorder. Stuff like that needs to be addressed. Our welfare of our citizens determine how well our country will do.
Mention something rebranding Nigeria. Rebranding Nigeria. Nothing has been said about rebranding Nigeria. Anytime I hear rebranding Nigeria, it gives me so many thoughts. Our problem is our attitude. And we can only change our attitude if we are rebranded. Then where do we start? Where do we start? I think if we can focus our attention and finding ways of regrounding ourselves, changing our attitude, a lot of solutions will be found to our problems.
Yeah. I'm an entrepreneur here. The question is that what is the government doing to reform the bank in Nigeria so that people can invest in a long-term business without being forced to pay back the loan or anything immediately when he gets it?
All other protocols observed, please, with due respect. I think we have come a long way. When you look at what is on the wall here, you realize that we have come a long way. And chances are Nigeria itself, it needs you diasporans now more than any other time in its history. This is because in the past, nobody used to come here or any other place where Nigerians are and meet at this forum to ask questions or to dialogue, so that at the end of the day, when we get back home, we'll be able to tell to market in Nigeria. For our people to be able to see the kind of human resources we have in abundance overseas. And at the same time, there could be a link between our diasporans and our business community, so that at the end of the day, we'll be able to move Nigeria forward through the observation of rule of law, because if there is no rule of law anywhere in the world, there is no way you can have a viable business environment, which is the bone of contention of the West we are copying. If you do not observe a rule of law, where every individual and organizations are protected